Hey, welcome to Live Games. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Francis.
And today we're going to talk about
accessories. Yeah, so we're doing something a little bit different today. And I think we've done segments on this in the past, like over the last couple of years. I think we might have done one or two of these, but it's high time for a new accessories video because the comments that we get on our videos, a lot of times, I don't know, at least once or twice per video.
Yeah.
Somebody is asking about the stuff, not the game.
Yeah.
And we don't always have time to reply to every single comment in the YouTube comments because they just come in
or we keep replying with the same
information
thing, and people are always like, where do I get that?
Right.
What is that?
Yes.
So we figured it's best that we get it out there, and not that everybody's going to watch this video and be like, oh, that's it, I'm going to go order that right now.
Right, exactly.
But we can at least refer them.
Yes.
Or you watching. Yeah, back to this video so you can actually get a hold of some of these accessories to sort of bling out your table. Right. Just make your gaming experience that much more enjoyable.
Yeah, and I will say there's been a lot of folks that have been getting into this kind of ancillary side of the industry, and they've been coming up with some really cool stuff. So we're very excited to share some of that with you. So without further ado,
all right, let's talk about our first accessory.
All right, so the Caillou game shield is it's like this cloth accessory. I guess it's kind of like cloth, some other sort of fiber. Looks kind of like a diaper, but you're gonna clip these guys together and it turns into a really nice blinder for some of your kind of hidden component games or hidden objective games where you don't want to see what the other people are doing, or more importantly, you don't want them to see what you're doing.
Right.
Because I know a lot of times we get into situations where we sit side by side a lot, especially when we film. So it's hard to actually, even when we don't film, we usually sit side by side, I guess, because that's how we're used to playing. So it's, sometimes it can get a little bit difficult to not, you're looking down at the board and you might end up seeing what somebody else has. So with these shields, they're actually not just shielded around the front and kind of half on the side, but these are actually fully blinded on all sides and also on the top.
And to give you a few examples, games like Isle of Skye, for example, or something like Keyflower, right? These are games where you're hiding your resources because they're a critical component to the game, right? So if people know,
it's a critical component.
You're hiding your component. Yeah, I like that catchphrase. So where they all do come with shields, right? And just to give you an example, you've got shields in here that are going to, they're probably somewhere in here, but what they will do is they'll block people from seeing. I think these are kind of the wonky shields where you have to put them together. But
case in point,
who's not going to be able to see behind that? Pretty much everybody, right? So what you could do is you could leave that up if you really want in front of it, but actually hide your money behind it because you don't want people to know how much cash you have. But Keyflower, for example, has the more traditional cardboard shields, right?
Yes.
So even though they look like cool little cottage houses, again, you could sort of leave them on the front, but it's easier also to identify the player colors or whatever. I mean, again, they don't block enough. So if you're always finding yourself kind of really tucking your stuff under there to the point where you can't even see it, this is where something like this would really shine. So
these are currently on Kickstarter now, at least for a couple more days as of the filming of this video. They come in 8 different colors, so I think you can get all 8 on the Kickstarter right now for $75, and I think there's 4 for $40. So pretty good deal. These are very durable and stuff. We probably wouldn't use them for filming only because you guys see a top down and they literally will cover everything that you're seeing.
They'll do their job,
so they will do their job a little too well for what we use on the videos, so you won't see us using them. But certainly, if you're playing around a table casually. I was even thinking if you're a game store or something, these would be something that maybe you could use in place of your nice game components, which if they're handled too much might have a tendency to fall apart. So that might be something that you'd want to do too.
Or you bring these to a con or your game night so that you don't have people messing up your actual components, right? That maybe somebody you don't really know and they're drinking a lot of beer.
Eating a lot of Cheetos.
Yep. So there it is.
All right, so Caillou Game Shield, we'll have the information on that below.
All right, cool. All right, what's next?
Okay, so I was actually really excited about this when we got an email from the folks who make these Outburst game tables. They're the tiniest table you'll ever see. And at first I didn't know what it was that they were doing with them. I'm like, oh yeah, sure, like send them over. And you know, we get all the like info on them, and we got these little things to put together. They're made out of wood. They're stained with like Jacobian stain, which is like my favorite. But what you're intended to do with these is really just use them as your
an alternative to the real
flipping your real tables.
Yeah.
So, with the way that I play, I use these all the time because I get really frustrated.
And I don't like having to pick up all the components after.
You have to pick up. You could put like one piece on here if you
or
really
trying
wanted
to find a die you threw across the room. Yeah, so there's a lot of.
It happened once. But anyway, they're pretty neat. You can kind of like flip them a little bit if you want, or flip them a lot, like however you want to.
Yep.
A lot of times they just end up like right on their face again, which is cool. And they're pretty durable. They're kind of fun.
They're cool little tchotchkes for your game shelf, for your little game room, to put them up in display. They're neat. Like this one, for example, has a ton of, and we'll give you some close-ups, but it's got a ton of like little tile etching in there, so it looks like the table's set up for tile placement. It's got player boards, cards, really well detailed. It's pretty interesting.
And I liked that they used like nice little like farmhousey touches. So they, as you can see, like they each have, they're like tables that I'd probably want in
They look
the
like
house,
legit
kind of.
tables. Now you do have to put these together, so they do come in a sheet, similar to if you've ever had one of those game inserts that are made of the same material that are like laser cut. But they're really easy to put together.
Yeah, they're super easy.
You just have to be careful not to push on the delicate parts.
Yes.
But
very durable. I think the kids are even like tossing them around and playing with them and stuff, so you're not going to break them. I believe we didn't get exact dates on when these are coming to Kickstarter, but I know that they should be on there this summer. Hopefully by the time you watch this, you can go
check them out.
Some, because they're pretty cool, and really kind of, I think, a neat like gift for kind of the gamer that has everything.
Yeah, I think so.
Because again, they're just a lot of fun. So
cool.
All right.
All right, next up.
We have some mats.
Some game mats. So we were contacted by Berkey over at Game Toppers.
Yes.
Who wanted to sort of have us display some of his product. You know, of course, we don't charge for any of this. This is just us just demonstrating, because we don't do that. But they sent us over 2 game mats.
Well, they sent us 1 game mat actually.
No, we have another one. Yeah, we did 2.
They did.
We haven't displayed the second one yet. So if you really want to see the game mat and how it looks on the table with the set, we're gonna throw some pictures up.
Right, and if you've watched any of our recent playthroughs, we've also had it out on the table.
Right. So there's and it'll note in the video in the very beginning that there's a Game Toppers game mat on the table. The one we've been using is sort of this wood finish.
Yes.
You could pick this up and see. So these are like your standard game mat material.
Haha, gotcha. We don't have a wood table.
We don't have a wood table. So we do have another one, which we'll show you an image of as well. It's sort of red. We'll probably be demonstrating that in some upcoming playthroughs, probably in the next few. So you get a good idea of what that looks like on the table as well. Tons of options. These are just the 2 that they sent us over.
Yeah, and a bunch of sizes too. I believe so. They're on Kickstarter right now again with their tables, and we don't have a table to show you, obviously.
No, we don't.
But I know that they just actually partnered with Origins, I think, to provide a lot of tables for them.
A number of different cons. Yeah.
A lot of different cons, and a number of folks really enjoying the tables that they're using.
Yeah,
and
heard nothing but great things about
exactly.
their products. So.
And then the mats fit the tables that they offer. So, and most importantly, they fit the table that you have at home.
Yeah. So the Kickstarter is up. It's got a couple weeks left. I think it's like 20 plus days. So there's a lot of time on it. It's called Game Toppers 2.0. And definitely they actually have some. I believe they have game mats on there as well.
They do,
that they're offering. So you go check it out. See what you think. If you're looking for a table topper to put on top of a table to turn your table into a gaming table, that's definitely probably the more economical way to do it, without having to invest in a giant permanent game table.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so. Very cool. So go check that out for sure.
All right, cool. Okay.
More mats.
More mats. In the same vein, we're going to stick with the game mats here.
Yes.
So, whose is this one?
So this one we were provided by Overpowered game mats, and this was we have had this one on the table for a number of videos. I think in the past couple of months.
Yeah.
And we're really enjoying it. What I like about these is that you can get them custom made with custom art.
Image,
so they do have some options for you to choose from, like really beautiful art, but they were kind enough to make us one with like our like logo on it and stuff, just as an example. So pretty much anything that you would want to put on your game mat, you could do that. So again, I think like another really great gift. They were on Kickstarter. The Kickstarter's over. It funded. They are taking late pledges right now, and I think there's even a discount on there if you wanted to jump over and check that out. I think what makes this different from the other mats is that these are going to have like a more rounded edge, where the Game Topper mats are kind of more square.
More regular,
so it's really preference. But like I said, if you're looking for something custom, this is definitely a cool way to go too. They're made right here in the U.S. and the folks that are running that are just like super nice to work with. So.
Yep. All right, that was Overpowered mats.
Yep.
All right, so last on our list.
We saved the number one question.
And we've done a number of videos featuring this accessory, but it comes up always.
It does. Pete.
So, and then so many people answer the questions. Yeah, so our friend Pete, who
we, I will say, I want to segue with saying this. So we know Pete from Board Game Boost outside of board gaming. So
yeah, he's local to us.
He's local to us. I actually met him through his wife, who I worked with, way outside of board gaming years and years ago. And so we've just become really close. And
we started gaming with Pete,
and then he got a laser cutter, and we never saw him again.
Yeah. So, but he comes out with these amazing things, and he sends them to us. Like if he's doing a new overlay for a game,
right.
He'll cut it for us, send it to us.
Well, and a lot of times we'll give him a heads up too. We're like, look, we just played this, and it really could use an overlay. Yep. And he's like, all right, send me the stuff. We'll make a template, and then he provides everything to you guys.
So initially it was overlays. So like Terraforming Mars.
Yes.
He made us acrylic overlay, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And he did them in wood. Then he changed it to acrylic, and it just kind of morphed into this awesome thing. And we ended up receiving these as sort of like, here, test these out, these prototypes, and then he kind of tweaks it, and then so like he won't have to buy the game. We get the game, we'll buy the game, we'll send him the components, and he'll make the overlay, right? So and then he came up with this Caddy Mac.
Yeah, he like came over one day and he's like, okay guys, I have this thing.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know if you're gonna like it, but here's what it does. And it was like,
try it out. And I was like, I don't know, we're gonna use it, let's just give it a go.
Right.
And oh boy,
we have used this thing.
This thing does not get put away.
No, it doesn't. It's
every playthrough now.
Yeah.
This is on it, and you'll notice it's on it. It's staple. We chose it in red and black. It comes in a variety of colors.
Yeah.
But it's modular. You can move these trays around. It'll fit cards. It'll hold cards for you. It'll hold chits. It'll hold money components.
It'll hold like a combination of all those things.
Whatever you need. And it is just so versatile that this basically is a staple on all of our videos.
And I think it even comes with like, you never see it, but it actually comes with like an acrylic top.
Yes.
Also, so if you do want to like store stuff in it, and put it in the game box or store it by the table or something, you can do that without having to worry about everything going all over the place.
So, gotta tell you, everybody asks about this thing.
Everybody, What's that red thing you're using on the video?
This is the Caddy Mac.
Yeah. Board
Game Boost shop on Etsy.
I think they're like $14 at this current moment.
Are they?
I believe so.
Okay, well, go check it out. I mean, seriously, like, why wouldn't you get one of these?
Yeah.
So this is definitely one of the fan favorites. Talk about it again. We do it all the time. Sorry, Pete, if you get a bunch of orders because of this. You're going to spend a lot more time next to that laser cutter. But I guess that's not a bad thing. But these things are awesome. Just got to say that.
Cool. So,
one last thing.
Yeah. I want to talk about these too.
We've been getting a lot of questions about these too. These are just like chit holders, right? Your standard button They normally go flat, but then you can button them up to make them portable, really, because they basically stack flat, and then you can bring them out. These are great for cons.
We never stack them flat because we're using them all the time.
All the time,
so.
Because they just look nice on the table, as opposed to our normal round acrylic bead holder.
Oh, which we should also talk about, though.
Yeah, so these round acrylic bead holders are stackable. You get these at any craft store, like a Michael's. Yeah, we have like a whole tube of them that they screw together. They're actually really cool for storing chits in a box.
Yes, they are.
You don't if we when we normally play a game before we film.
Yes.
We'll do it upstairs at the coffee table.
Right.
And then instead of packing it into the box and bringing it downstairs, we just
put all of our stuff in here, and again, it's really nice if you have pets or kids or people kind of wandering around the house and stuff, and you're in the middle of a game that you need to pack away really quick. Stack it all up in here. They come with a little lid as well, these bead holders, and then you have everything there, and if it topples or it gets kicked over or something, you don't have chits going everywhere.
You don't. So standard craft store bead holder.
Right.
That thing was $2.50.
They're so cheap.
Yes.
Super cheap. Anyway, but back to these.
These, if you'd like to know where we got these from a friend of the show.
Yes.
Who, him and his wife make this stuff as sort of a hobby. They send us a bunch of things, a bunch of really nice stuff.
Yeah. And they don't sell.
And they don't sell them, so can't help you on this one. These are just on the table because we love them and
because we use them. So,
really
but unfortunately, it's not something. At least not at this point. So we'll keep working them and see.
Yeah, if that ever changes, we'll give you out the information and then to help them out and get them going.
Yeah.
So, but in the meantime, can't get these.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
No, I think we've covered everything that we've been getting questions on, or everything we've been provided over the last few months.
I think that was pretty much it as far as things people were asking about.
Yeah, so if you are a component creator or an accessory creator and you want to sort of get into this space, reach out to us. We'll see if it kind of fits with what we do and if it'll work. And we want to start showing more of this stuff to help out some of the smaller companies trying to break into the hobby and create some of these awesome things.
Yeah, because they really are helpful. And it's a really cool space to be in, and so anything we can do to help, we're always more than happy to try stuff out and let you know how it goes.
All right, so there you have it. These are our current board game accessories.
Yes.
Hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you next time.
See ya.